Good evening and welcome to tonight's live coverage from the Millibank Linnets Stadium for the MPL West Division fixture between Runcorn Linnets and Marine. The Linnets currently sit in 5th but without winning 3, whereas the Mariners are looking to make it 4 wins on the bounce. Commentating today is me, Luke Feather, and as the players, well, as we wait for the players to take to the pitch, I'll just read out the lineups for tonight. Starting with Marine. So starting in goal for Marine tonight is number 1, Aidan Dolan. Number 2, Ben Hughes. Number 3, a return for Kyle Haid. Number 4, Mark Howarth. Number 5, Joe White. Number 6, Dean Winnard. Number 7, Steve Irwin. Number 8, Alex Doyle back in midfield today. Number 9, Lewis Riley. Number 10, captain for the evening, James Barragan. And number 11, Neil Kenji. Subs for Marine. Number 12, Josh Solomon Davis. Number 14, James Devine. Number 15, Ryan Wignall. Number 16, Owen Watkinson. And number 17, George Newell. Starting for the Linnets tonight. In goal, number 1, Scott Reed. Number 2, Ali Brown. Number 3, the captain, James Short. Number 4, Louis Hayes. Number 5, Alex Downs. Number 6, Sean O'Mahony. 7, Eden Gums. Number 8, Lewis Doyle. Number 9, Ryan Brook. Number 10, Joe Lynch. Number 11, Tom Marsh Hughes. And on the bench for Runcorn tonight, number 12, Peter Wiley. Number 14, Kane Dean. Number 15, Jakes Wellesley. Number 16, Dape Alderwash. Number 17, Iwan Murray. Massive game for Marine tonight. League leaders Workington, their match against Bootle has been called off for tonight, so a win tonight will see Marine go 2 points off Workington, level on games. The players are out on the pitch now. Marine in their away blue strip. Aidan Dolan wearing his usual yellow shorts and yellow socks, but a red training top today due to Runcorn Linnets being in yellow and green. So not long to go till kick-off now. The players are just getting in position. Just from the way they appear to be positioning themselves, it would appear that Cal Hayes at left back tonight. Joe White, Mark Howarth and Dean Winnard remain as the back three. Ben Hughes at right wing back again. Barragan, Doyle and Irwin you would expect to be the middle three, with Irwin perhaps just ahead of the other two. And it looks like it's going to be Riley and Kenji starting through the middle, so a return to an attacking position for Neil Kenji. He's played the last few games at left wing back, of course. Done really well, to be fair, especially on Saturday. But it's good to get him further up the pitch. The top goal scorer for Marine, 13 goals in the league so far. Can he add to his tally tonight? The two captains, James Short and James Barragan, shake hands. Last few preparations. I think it looks like the referee and the assistant referee just having a look at the netting for the goal to my right. Looks like there might be a hole in the goal, so there's going to be a bit of a delay to kick off. Well, looks like we are going to start tonight a few minutes behind schedule. Of course, it was meant to kick off at 7:45, but the referee and the linesman don't seem happy with the netting. It's a good crowd here tonight at the Millibank Linnets Stadium. Runcorn in a little bit of poor form at the minute. They're winless in the last 3 games. Lost the last 2. Marine, of course, after their poor spell around Christmas and into the new year, have won each of the last 3 games. It's Kendal Town, City of Liverpool, and most recently on Saturday a 3-1 win over Market Drayton Town. Of course, a couple of those wins you would expect for Marine, but a good win over City of Liverpool not too long ago. So just while we're waiting, in case you missed the lineup, I'll read out the Marine team once again. So in goal is number 1, Aidan Dolin. Number 2 is Ben Hughes, who would expect to continue at right wing back tonight. Number 3 is Kyle Haid, who returns to the club on loan. Of course, he was so impressive during his last loan spell at the club, on loan from Tranmere, of course. 20 years old. Can play anywhere across the back 3 and in a deep midfield role. Number 4, expected to be in the middle of the back 3 tonight, Mark Howarth. Number 5 and 6, Joe White and Dean Winnard, you would expect to be either side of Mark Howarth. Number 7, probably playing just behind the 2 strikers, is going to be Steve Irwin. Number 8, Alex Doyle, back in the team after missing out at the weekend due to a string problem. Number 9, Lewis Riley, back in the team today, replacing Niall Cummins. Number 10, James Barragan, the captain today. And number 11, who I expect to start up front, is Neil Kenji. Of course, he's played at left wing back quite often lately, but it's an added bonus to get your top goal scorer back in a more attacking position. And it looks like the referee and a couple of volunteers at the club have sorted out the issue with the netting. But the 3 match officials and both sets of captains just stood in the centre circle. Of course, the match should have kicked off 5 minutes ago, but we're running a little bit behind. So James Barragan is ready to kick us off. So as I'm looking at it, Marine are kicking from right to left, Runcorn from left to right. Marine in their changed blue tops, blue kits. And the referee's whistle gets us underway. Barragan back to Mark Howarth, looks for a long clearance. It's put out of play by James Short, so an early throw in for Marine. And a chance to get bodies forward. Dean Winnard has gone across to take it, pushing forward. Looks down the line, looking for Louis Riley, but it's headed out of play, so bit of possession won for Marine. It's the second throw is cleared up towards Ryan Brook, but the header's won by Mark Howarth. Joe White looks to just play it back to Dolin. It's a little bit short, but Dolin's managed to get there. He scuffs his clearance a little bit. It's headed out, and Kyle Haid recovers the ball up towards Lewis Riley. It's a bit of a poor touch, but it's into the path of Irwin. And now Lewis Riley 20 yards from goal. It's a bit of a scramble on the edge of the box, and it's eventually cleared by Runcorn. But Winnard has it now. He's got Doyle down the line. Strong challenge, but I think the last touch came off Doyle on its way out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in for Linnets, and it's going to be ex-Mariner James Short to take. It's a long throw down the line, looking for Brooke. Headed up into the air by Doyle, but not cleared. And Joe White now can get Kyle Hayde his first bit of possession on the ball. Here's Barragan, again looking down the left wing, trying to send Kenji on his way. It's cleared by Downs. It's cleared even further up the pitch, up towards Ryan Brooke. 22 goals in the league this season for Ryan Brooke. Of course, scored against Marine back in December at the MTA. He wins a free kick for his side. About 15-20 yards inside the Marine half on the right wing. Joe Lynch is stood over the ball, but it looks like he's going to leave it for James Short. So left-footed option and a right-footed option over there to offer their services. Is going to be Lynch to whip a ball in. It's a couple of Marine players seem to get in the way of each other, but it's a cleared up to Kenji, and Kenji's got pace to burn. He gets past Ali Brown. It's not quite lost him yet. He's going down that right wing on his right foot. Of course, he'd prefer to have it on his left. He cuts back to Doyle, who can whip a first-time ball into the box, looking for Steve Irwin, but it's the first touch of a match for Scott Reed in goal. Claims it easily. Just trying to work out the formation of Runcorn Linnets. It's not quite taking shape so far. There's Hughes on the ball on the right wing. Back to Winard. Looks down the line for Lewis Riley. It's taken down well by the number 9. In towards Kenji, but he's absolutely fizzed at him, and there's no way Kenji can control that. Now Gums is trying to take it away down the left wing, but it's cleared by Mark Howarth. Keeps his place in the centre of the defence today. He's done really well in the last couple of games in a what would be normally an unfamiliar position. Of course, he has played at centre-back quite often this season, but usually on the left-hand side of a back three. Throw-in to be taken by Short. He's got Lynch offering a short option. He's thrown it over him to his opposite fullback, Ali Brown. Looks to get down the line. Kyle Hayde looks to apply a little bit of pressure. The early ball in from Brown. It's claimed easily by Dolan. Has the ball in his hands for the first time tonight. Long ball forward. Looking for Irwin. Or Riley, sorry. And now Joe White has it in defence for Marine. He's looking to drill one forward into Kenji. Can't quite take it under his control. Kyle Hayde recovers it. Barragan has it now. Back for Joe White. Space it back to Howarth under a little bit of pressure from Brooke. Here's Winard. Winard just clears his lines. Irwin makes a bit of a chase for it, but he's never going to keep that in. It's going to be a goal kick, a throw-in, sorry. Short with the throw-in. It's a long throw. It's headed clear by Mark Howarth. Kenji does well to, I was going to say to control it, but he never quite had it under. Ali Brown clears down the line, looking for Marsh Hughes. Joe White stands him up well, wins the ball off him, looks down the line for Kenji, but Kenji hadn't made the run. So it's just going to run through for Scott Reed to take back into his box and pick up. He's Short again on the ball now. Looking down the line for Gums. And the ball's bouncing around in midfield now. Another ball down the line, looking for Gums again, the number 7. But there's too much on that. It's going to go behind for a goal kick. Kyle Hayde has made a option on this near side, at left in the left wing back position. but Dolan has just sent his whole team forward. It's not the best goal kick. It's up inside the Marine half now, into the path of Marsh Hughes. A couple of Marine players surround him. Hughes tries to get the shot away, but it's blocked. But Runcorn have it back now. He's short. Down the left, cutting in for Runcorn. It's been number 10, Joe Lynch. Tries his look from range. It's blocked by White. And Haid can just keep it in and play it back for White, whose clearance is blocked by Lynch. Warning signs for Marine there. How quickly Runcorn can hit them on the counter-attack. Looks to be a dangerous combination, that Ryan Brook and Joe Lynch. Tom Marsh Hughes as well getting involved. Barragan just lays it back for Joe White to clear. It's headed away by Linnets. Doyle heads it back up towards Kenji, who can control and tries to send Riley away. Has he got the pace to get there before Brown? Not quite, but Barragan has got it just on the edge of the box. Plays it out wide for Carl Haid. Back for Barragan down the line. He can whip a ball into the box, but it's easily claimed by the keeper. And the keeper just rolls it out for short into the number 4, Louis Hayes. Just passing it around the midfield and the defence. Marine can't quite get near them. It's a long ball forward from Downs, looking for Gums, but there's too much on that. And Ben Hughes, the right wing back, can just watch it out of play. Another one who's playing in a slightly unfamiliar position is Ben Hughes. He's played there a few times in the last few weeks. He's done quite well, to be fair to him. I'd say it's his best run of games in a Marine shirt. Winard with a throw down the line, looking for Riley. Headed clear up towards Brook. And Barragan can clear it further, but only as far as Downs. Here's Ali Brown. Plays it long, diagonal towards the back post, looking for Gums. But it's out of play for a goal kick. So approaching the 10-minute mark, still 0-0 if you're just joining us. Bit of a delay to kick off due to a problem with the net. As Ben Hughes wins a free kick after a foul by Ryan Brook. Free kick over to Carl Haid. Looks down the line for Kenji, but I think there's just going to be a look. Well, there might not have been an... It might have been perfect really for Kenji, but he just decided to not go for it. A long goal kick forward, looking for Ali Brown, met by Haid. Good win from the wing back. Hughes helps it on. Riley looks to use his body, but it's won back by Linnets. Now Hughes has it again, looking down the line, looking to send Kenji. We know he's got pace to burn, but it's cleared by O'Mahony. Sounds like Linnets backed vocally by the home crowd today. Spotted a few Marine fans here as well. It's not far down the M56. Here's Ben Hughes. Looks to get away down the right wing, but I think he's just tripped there by O'Mahony. So it's going to be a free kick for the Mariners in a decent position over on that far side. Looks like it's going to be the left foot of James Barragan to whip one in. Alex Doyle's making his way over there as well. So left footer and a right footer over there. You would expect it to be Barragan. Got such a good delivery on him. It's not Barragan, it is Doyle to whip it in towards the back post, looking for Mark Howarth, causing a little bit of few issues for the Linnets back line. It's put behind for a corner. So the first corner of the match for Marine. It's on the left wing, so it's going to be an outswinger from Barragan's left foot. Doyle and Joe White have stayed back for Marine. Ben Hughes on the edge of the box. Everyone else is in and around the penalty area. The ball is drilled in towards a dangerous position. It's headed clear by a Linnets head. And here's Barragan again with the ball at his feet. Looks to whip one in with his right foot, but it's blocked. Joe White has it on the halfway line now. Just plays it infield. It's a loose ball. Mark House just about recovered it. And a ball down the line from White. Barragan has it. Looks to drill it in towards Kenji, but it's taken a couple of nicks on the way through. And another clearance from Linnets is blocked well by Kenji. It's getting a little bit scrappy here. Strong challenge from Doyle on the halfway line, on the touch line. And it's going to be a free kick for Linnets. So there's the end of that spell of pressure from Marine. It looks like it's going to be the right back Ali Brown to take, but Joe Lynch is over there as well. It is Lewis Doyle to try and send it towards the back post, but it's cleared by Marine. But Linnets head it back forward and Hughes is there to clear out for a throw-in. Not quite out, and it did just bounce over the line before Irwin could send it on its way. So throw-in in a dangerous looking position when you take into account the long throw of James Short. Launches it towards the box. Ryan Brook heads it on. Marsh Hughes lays it off for Joe Lynch, who fires over with a volley. But Ryan Brook proving to be a nuisance already in this opening spell of a match. Joe White's closed down by Brook again from the goal kick, so it's going to be another goal kick for Dolan. Just need to be careful at the back there, Marine. Runcorn, Linnets are pressing high up the pitch. Brook working very hard up there. Gums as well. And Dolan has abandoned the idea of playing it out from the back. He's just going to smash it up towards the halfway line. It's met by a Linnets head, but it's out of play for a throw-in. Could be Winnard to take it towards the centre of the pitch. Barragan helps it on for Haid, who's got a little bit of space to run into. Oh, his touch is a bit heavy. Brown nicks it off him, but Barragan's won it back. Just plays it safely back for Winnard, who has a little bit of time to try and pick out Irwin, who made a run down the right wing. Ball's in midfield again, punted forward by Doyle. It's a little bit scrappy, this. It's cleared again by Linnets, up towards the halfway line. Joe White wins it, but it's not convincing. Lynch helps it on its way forward for Linnets. And it's eventually cleared out by Howarth. It was a little bit scrappy in the middle of the park there. Neither team really had more than 2 touches on the ball before losing it. Doyle plays it out wide for Kyle Haid though, who has the ball at his feet. Instead of playing it long forward, just plays it back for Doyle, who does opt to play the ball out towards the right wing looking for Hughes, but it's just met by Short. And it's helped on by Hayes for Linnets. And I think he might have just won a free kick there under the challenge from Irwin. A little bit late, the midfielder there. Oh no, it's just going to be a throw-in for Linnets. Long throw down the line. Bounces over Ryan Brook. Howarth tries to watch it out of play for a goal kick and just about sees it over the line. Or maybe not. It's going to be a throw-in for Marine down by the corner flag. Dean Winnard has got a bit of a long throw in him. Can he win Marine some ground? That's a poor throw, and it's gone straight out of play. Short plays it into the body of Ryan Brook. Howarth gets round him and nods it away. Further clearance from Ben Hughes. And Sean O'Marney heads out of play for Linnets. So it's going to be a throw-in for Marine. Again, neither side really on top, you would say. It's been a little bit scrappy in the middle of the pitch. Not been the best from either side. You'd probably say the better flow in attacking football has been from Linnets through a combination of Brooks, Marsh Hughes and Gums. Joe Lynch contributing to that as well. But Marine not quite into fifth gear yet. As Linnets have another throw in down that left wing. Short plays it long down the line for Gums. Looks inside for Lynch, but it's cleared by Marine. And another ball looking down the line for Marsh Hughes. Cleared by Howarth into Winnard, who just about does enough to the winner throw-in. Down by the corner flag. Marine a little bit pinned in here. Can't get out of their own half. Kyle Hade's got plenty of space over on this near side if he can get the ball to him. They have looked best when Hade has been on the ball with Barragan and Kenji ahead of him. But while the ball's over on that far side, they are struggling. James Short again with a throw-in into Brook. The ball out wide for Ali Brown. Pings it forward with his left foot. Header won by Howarth. And calmly played out from the back to Hughes, who again just looks for a long ball down the line for Riley. And it's a good recovery and header from the Linnets defender. And the ball's a little bit loose over there. Steve Irwin can't quite keep it in play. So they try that long ball forward on the counter-attack for either Riley or Kenji, depending on which side of the pitch they're looking down. Ball's in midfield now with Kyle Hade. Just plays it back for Joe White. Can he get back round for him? Hade. Brooks put a bit of pressure on him. And in the end, Joe White's giving away a free kick for a bit of a tug on the shirt of Brook. Again, good pressing. Again, good pressing from the number 9 for Linnets. That's another chance to get a ball into the box for the home side. Ali Brown and Joe Lynch has stood over the ball. Lynch just plays it short for Brown. Plays a long diagonal in towards the box. I think it's won at the back post by a Linnets head. But it goes behind for a goal kick. Dolan plays it short for White, who again looks to just clear it long, but he's closed down easily by Ryan Brook. It's just not working for Marine, trying to play it out from the back from these goal kicks. Got to try and mix it up. Makes you wonder if they'll a bit of disadvantage with a lack of more of a target man up front today. No Cummins in the squad after his hat-trick at the weekend. Owen Watkinson's on the bench. He does play it long this time, Dolan, from a goal kick. Up towards Kenji. Doesn't win it, but it falls into a good space for Hade, who just lets it run and then plays it infield. But here's Doyle now. Just looking to hold off the pressure from Lynch. Back for Howarth. Plays a ball looking over the top for Hughes. There's a bit of pressure on him, and he's lost out. And it eventually goes out of play for a Linnets throw. Barragan and Irwin not happy about that. So throw down the line from short. Brooke goes down under the challenge from White, but the referee just tells him to get up. It's Brown looking to make waves down the right wing, but it's just forced back by Barragan, so he plays it all the way back to his keeper. Plays it out wide for short. And it's a late challenge. I think it's from Irwin. Over on the far side. Combative midfielder. Recently rejoined the club after a couple of years away. He's done pretty well since he's come back into the team. But it is going to be a free kick for the home side. A chance to play it long. Perhaps to the head of a dangerous Ryan Brooke. Looking to add to his 22 league goals this season. Header's won by Mahoney. And it's a slice clearance from Kyle Haid. And now Doyle looks to try and get it back into the box for Linnets. But he's put that one high and wide. And a new ball is required. Another goal kick for Dolan, not trying to play it out from the back this time. Just a long ball forward, up towards Kenji. Can he hold it up? Oh, it's a great touch from Kenji. It's got him away. He's got Haid for support. He uses Haid. But he cuts back onto his right foot. Tries to just dink it towards the back post. It's acrobatic effort. I think it's Steve Irwin. It is Steve Irwin at the back post. He just tried a little overhead kick there. It's not a bad attempt. He managed to keep it on target. Not a lot of power on it though. Saved well by Scott Reed. Would have been some goal. Good work from Kenji though. Brilliant hold up play and then the turn. But now Linnets looking to get forward. His Gums over on the far side. He's got Hayes for support. Short plays it into Lewis Doyle. It's just up in the air so Doyle can head it clear. Alex Doyle that is. James Barragan looking for the free kick in the midfield. That's a good win in the air from Alex Doyle for Marine. And eventually Steve Irwin is fouled and it's going to be a free kick for the Mariners. Mark Calf stood over this one. Kenji looking to make a run down that right wing. Just about, doesn't quite get there. The ball over on that far side with Hughes and it's just cleared out of play by a Linnets man for a throw-in, which I think Dean Winnard will take. Down the line, looking for Kenji, but he just loses out there. Ball forward for Marsh Hughes is won by Doyle and now Barragan's got it in midfield. Cleared by Linnets. There's Winnard again. Tries to play it down the line, looking for Lewis Riley. Just about gets it under control. Plays it back to Howarth, who's got White for support. Facing his own goal now, but plenty of time on the ball. Under a bit of pressure from Brooke. Here's Barragan. Just keeping the ball between them nicely, and then a long ball forward from Howarth. Ali Brown clears. And then headed again by White. That's a great ball out wide from Riley to Hughes. Looks to get down that right wing, just cuts back. Here's Irwin with a first time cross. It's a low one and it's headed away. A little bit more height on that and Irwin might have been looking at something a bit more dangerous. But here's a throw in for Dean Winnard to take for Marine. Just looking for support. Alex Doyle and Barragan under a little bit of pressure from Marsh Hughes, who's gone over there. It's Ben Hughes. Barragan's got it now. It's a bit of an aimless ball back from Alex Doyle, but Joe White's picked it up. Clears it long. Lewis Riley looks the most likely for Marine, but it's just headed out of play by Alex Downs. Haid, he has got a bit of a long throw on him. Plays it down the line looking for Kenji. Just a little bit too high for him. But he has won his side. Another throw in. A little bit further, closer to the corner flag this time. The 26 minutes played in the first half, still goalless. It's going to be a throw in to be taken by Kyle Haid. I think he's just going to try and launch one into the box. And he does towards the near post. And can it just break for Kenji? Not quite. But he has got it now. Whips the ball in towards the near post. But Lewis Riley's beaten to it. It's a Marine winner corner. It's going to be another one to be taken by James Barragan. So an outswinger from the left foot of Barragan. Mark Howarth, perhaps an obvious target. In towards the back post. And he's in! And it's Dean Winnard at the back post. And he's done the Ronaldo celebration to match. It's headed forward. I think into a dangerous looking position, to be honest. The view was a little bit restricted, but it's just headed goalwards. I think it's from Mark Howarth, and Dean Winnard was on hand to poke it home. A Marine lead. You have to say it's come slightly against the run of play. It's been a very end-to-end game. But Neil Young and his team won't care as the Mariners lead away at Runcorn Linnets. Brooke gets us back underway. It's a long ball forward for Alex Downs, but it's just missed by all Linnets heads. And it's a throw-in for the Mariners. So Dean Winnard with what I believe is his first goal for Marine. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Haid with a long ball forward, more of a clearance really over his shoulder. And here's Brown. Taking a throw in down the right flank for the home side. Into Lynch. Under a bit of pressure from Irwin. Good pressure from Irwin. But the Linnets win. Another throw in, and it's cleared by Howarth. Another throw in for Brown. Into Marsh Hughes. Here's Brown again. And a long ball down the line looking for Brooke. Can White just shepherd him out of play? Helped by Howarth. A bit of a late one from Brooke on Howarth. The ref's just having a bit of a word with him. But it's a goal kick for Marine. It's half an hour played here in Runcorn. Dean Winnard gives Marine the lead in the 27th minute. Can Marine kick on now?
Oh, you seen that, didn't you?
And Marine are going to get a free kick for an incident off the ball. Joe White's not happy. I think it was Ryan Brooke. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but miles away from the ball. Was concentrating on the ball on the halfway line. Joe White's gone down. The home fans aren't happy. Ref's just having a word with Ryan Brooke. So Marine are going to get a free kick. It's going to be Mark Howarth to take. Takes it short for Joe White. And his clearance is closed down by Ryan Brook.
And again, Ryan.
Joe White just flicks the ball over Brook's head as he tries to close him down. Howarth has the ball at his feet now, gets past one. And tries to play a long ball towards Riley. Irwin nods it on in midfield. Can Kenji pick up the loose ball? Not quite. But Hughes is over there to put pressure on Gums. Inside the Linnets half. It's a good tackle from Hughes to stop Gums from getting past him. So Short is going to take another throw in down the left hand side for Runcorn. Headed away by Mark Howarth. Kenji on the halfway line now, just lays it off for Riley. It's a decent ball out wide for Kyle Hayde. He can keep it in. Good speed from the left wing back there. He cuts in onto his right foot. Looks to switch the ball to the far side of the box. Irwin won it, but he had no one in support really. And now Linnets can come away. Infield for Lynch. Lynch plays a long ball looking for, I believe that's Gums over on the far side. Ooh. And a header forward from Brook. Look to get Marsh Hughes in behind. But Dolan came out and gathered it well. Here's Kyle Hayde. Long ball down the line for Kenji. It's not the best control from Kenji. Ball played back for Reed to clear. Here's Marsh Hughes. Into Lynch. Out wide for Brown. Brown plays it back for Reed. Doyle, sorry. It's a good battle between Brook and White. Both having their moments against each other. It's a long ball, well, a long clearance from Marine. Now Linnets have a throw in just inside their own half, which Brown will come back to take. So just over 10 minutes to go until the half-time whistle. Runcorn Linnets 0, Marine 1. As Alex Doyle plays a long ball, looking for Riley down the line, but he's just mistimed his header. Kenji's floored off the ball. Not quite sure what's happened there, but he's back to his feet now. Here's Gums with the ball on the halfway line. Tackled well by Hughes, and now Riley can turn, plays it back for Barragan. Can he switch it out towards Hayde? He can. Hayde's got a little bit of space on this left wing. Plays it down the line for Kenji. He's given him a little bit of work to do. Sent him further wide than Kenji would like. Down by the corner flag. Plays it back for Hayde. Hayde just whips the ball in towards the back post. There's far too much on that. And it's out for a goal kick. Goal kick to be taken by Scott Reed in goal. As his players gather on the left-hand side of the pitch. And it goes over everyone and into the stand. We're now to take the throw in. Down the line, looking for Kenji. Just headed clear by a Linnets man. And again, it's put out of play. So about 15-20 yards gathered there for Marine. Ben Hughes has taken responsibility over this throw-in. No, he hasn't. He's dropped it for Dean Winnard. Winnard down the line, looking for Kenji. Not quite worked that one. It's Howarth to pick up the loose ball. And Kenji now has it down the right wing with his back to goal. Here's Irwin. Tries to whip a ball in towards the box. Sorry, that was Riley. And there's a double deflection. Came off a defender, then back off a striker And it's out for a goal kick. And the goal kick, a similar pattern of play, straight out of play for a throw-in, which Winnard will take on around the halfway line. Looks to play a quick one into midfield, but again, just tries to play it down the line, but I think the referee's given a foul throw here. I don't know whether the back foot was up or whether he just wasn't happy with the position that he was taking it from, but you don't see that very often. So Short just plays it back into defence. And it's a long ball out towards Brown. And Haid is up well, wins the header. Can he chase his own header? If he can keep that in, that's brilliant. I don't think he's quite managed it though. It's going to be another throw in to be taken by Brown, deep in the Linnets half. Brook is the target down the line. He wins the flick on. But Howarth has it now, and he can just calmly play it back to his goalkeeper, Dolan, who slices his clearance a little bit. And he's put Marine under a bit of pressure, actually. And Hughes has had to make the foul there, give away a free kick in a dangerous position for Linnets. Over on the left wing, a few yards outside the penalty area. Joe Lynch has made his way over to take it. So it's going to be an in-swinger. Well, you would think. There is a left-footed option over the ball as well. But it looks like he's going to leave it for Lynch to whip goalwards. So a bit of defending to do for Marine here. In towards the back post, and it's just hit the roof of the net and out of play. It looked a bit dangerous for a minute there, but I think Dolan had it covered. So can Marine maintain their lead going into half-time? Not long to go now, just over 6 minutes. Goal kick taken long once again. I think they've learnt the lesson. And it's looked to be flicked on by Irwin, but it's just ran out of play for a throw-in. Once again, it's going to be short to take. Down the line, but it's cleared by Winnard into midfield, and Riley does well to get it out towards Haid. And he just, with the outside of his boot down the line for Kenji. Can Kenji get the ball into the box? He can, but it's picked up by Linnets and cleared down the right wing into the body of Brook. He's got White for company once again. And Barragan does well to come back and nick the ball off him. And they try to send Kenji down the left wing, but they've just used his strength to watch it out there, Brown. Throw and taken into Brook. He turns well, plays it down the line, looking for Marsh Hughes. Cleared by Howarth. Into Marsh Hughes once again, but Howarth is there for company. And then he's floored now. It looks like he might have hurt his ankle, but he's hobbling on, and he's keeping everyone on side. But Winnard's back, recovering well. And if Howarth's hurt, we need to get the ball out of play here, Marine. He doesn't look happy. I don't know whether he's just rolled his ankle there. And a foul on the halfway line means that Howarth does go down now. Linnets have tried to play a quick free kick, but the referee's not allowing that. Rightly so, we can't carry on with Howarth down on the floor. And the physio's on to treat the centre-back. Well, we've got a stoppage in play. I'll just read out a few latest scores in the NPL West. 1874 Northwich 0, Glossop North End 1. Of course, Bootle versus Workington postponed tonight. City of Liverpool 0, Kidsgrove Athletic 1. Mossley 0, Prescott Cables 1. Warrington Rylands 2, Colne 0. And Widnes 0, Ramsbottom United 0. So very much a needed result for Marine tonight, if it stays as it is. Of course, got another 45 minutes to go. So plenty of football still to be played tonight. Howarth is back to his feet, but it's an encouraging start for Marine. They've got a 4-point gap between them and Warrington Rylands, and a game in hand over the side in third. Mark Howarth is just going to go and continue receiving treatment off the side of a pitch. He doesn't look too happy, but Linnets get us back underway and look to whip a ball into the box, looking for O'Mahony, but it's Brown on the halfway line, tries to smash it forward again, cleared by Haid. Steve Irwin is the furthest man forward for the Mariners, but Hayes can just play it back for short into the feet of Gums. And forward once more into Lynch this time. Lynch just taps it on for Lewis Doyle. Here's Ali Brown. He's got Kenji for company, a little step over and turn. Back to Brown after the 1-2, but Barragan wins it back. Irwin just keep the ball, he can't. It's nicked off him by Gums. And Gums is running at him, and Irwin tries to take him down. A long range effort from Gums. Held fairly comfortably for Dolan. But a lively bit of play from Linnets there. About 90 seconds to go of this first half, plus maybe 1 or 2 minutes added on. The ball is in midfield now. Barragan just plays it up, but not very far forward. And Haid looks to take it down the left wing. He's under pressure from Lewis Doyle. Sorry, Marshuse. The ball with Downs now. Plays a long diagonal looking for Gums. Well, Ben Hughes can just watch it out of play. Dean Winnard in no particular rush to take this throw in. As for Mariners, just look to get to the half-time whistle. It's just being hurried along slightly by the referee. Long throw down the line. Better from Winnard this time. And we've got a game of head tennis before it's taken down by Irwin, who goes down wanting a free kick. But the referee's not having any of it. And here's White now. He could have just played it out wide for Haid, but instead he tried the long ball for Kenji down the right wing. Sorry, it wasn't Irwin that went down. It was Riley on the halfway line. Looks like he's getting back up to his feet now. Just took a bit of a knock from that clearance. We're going to get back underway with a throw-in from Winnard. Eventually. The ref just having a word with the Marine manager Neil Young. Wasn't happy with the challenge on Riley there. And eventually the ball is cleared by Linnets up towards the halfway line again. White. But it's picked up by Gums. Gums is charging forward once again. But he's just caught up with by Alex Doyle and cleared by Barragan. And the referee calls an end to the first half. It's been end to end. It's been a bit scrappy at times. Runcorn Linnets have had no real opportunities on goal, but Marine, you can't really call Marine dominant either. The only goal of the game so far, it was prodded forward by Mark Howarth and then into the goal by Dean Winnard, scoring his first goal for Marine. So at the break, it's Runcorn Linnets 0, Marine 1. Join me again in 15 minutes for the second half. Hello and welcome back for the coverage of the second half of Runcorn Linnets versus Marine. Marine 1-0 up thanks to a goal in the 27th minute from Dean Winnard from a corner. It's been a reliable source of goals for Marine in recent weeks. It's not gone without some pressure from Linnets. Looked dangerous through the likes of Ryan Brook, who's got 22 league goals this season, so he's always a danger in and around the penalty area. The likes of Eden Gums and Tom Marsh-Hughes, as well as the number 10 Joe Lynch, have also been impressive in an attacking sense for Linnets. Marine have looked very often like trying to get the ball in and behind Neil Kenji to run onto. He's back in a more forward position today. He spent the last few games playing at left wing back, but he's back in a more familiar position in a front two alongside Lewis Riley, who's had a decent game. His hold-up play's been fairly good. James Barragan having a good game in midfield as well. While we're waiting for the second half to get underway, I'll just read out some half-time scores in case you missed them. Nothing changed from the last time I read the scores out, but Glossop are 1-0 up away at 1874 Northwich. Kidsgrove are 1-0 up away at City of Liverpool. Prescott Cables 1-0 away at Mossley. And Warrington Rylands beating Colne 2-0 as the game gets underway, or back underway I should say. Linnets kick us off. Ball the long ball forward. It's headed out of play by Ryan Brooks, so it's going to be a Marine throw-in. As always, remember to keep getting your comments in on the comments section. I'm reading them all as the game goes on. So Marine attacking the goal to my right this time in their away blue strip. It's a long ball. It's played forward looking for Ryan Brook. And it's another poor clearance from Aidan Dolan. He slices it with the outside of his right boot, much to the delight of the home fans behind the goal. And Linnets have the ball with Short. Big shout from Kenji. He wants to throw in, but he's not got it. Here's Gums. Under pressure from Winnard. In the corner. View's a little bit impaired, to be honest. It's over in that far corner down the left for Runcorn. The throw-in taken in towards Brook, who's come to make an option. Cross from Short, deflects off Irwin, and back out for another throw. Brook makes his way back into the penalty area where he can be dangerous. Short tries to get round Irwin, but Irwin clears up towards Riley, plays a sweeping ball down the line looking for Kenji, but he's beaten to it by the goalkeeper Scott Reed, who was off his line well to clear the danger. So it's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Ben Hughes, who's playing at right wing back today, as he has done for the last 2 or 3 games now. Had a very good game away at City of Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, and at home to Market Drayton Town this past Saturday. Throw taken down the line for Kenji. Back to Hughes. Wants to get round Gums, gets to the byline, tries to whip a ball in, deflects off Gums, and it's behind for the first Marine corner of the half. James Barragan has come across to take it with his left foot, so it's going to be an in-swinging corner from the right wing. The goal scorer Dean Winnard has made his way forward once again. Kenji's in there, Riley's in there, Howarth, Haid, White, Kenji on the edge of the box, free, in towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared, but Kenji just tries to get it towards Hughes, but the loose ball is cleared by Alex Doyle. Now Irwin can just play a long ball forward. Up for Riley. It drops nicely for him and he tries his luck on the half volley, but it's blocked. A lot of power behind it. And it's cleared for a Marine throw down the left. Kyle Haid, of course, back at Marine in case you missed the news. Initially on a 1-month loan from Tranmere Rovers. His throw-in is cleared by Lewis Doyle. And here is Hayes under a bit of pressure. Eventually plays it back for Downs to clear. And Lewis Doyle can flick on towards Marsh Hughes. Under pressure from Alex Doyle and from Barrogan. And the tackles from behind from James Barrogan. Might be lucky to escape a yellow card, the Marine captain. I think he just wants a word with the skipper. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Oh no. Has been a little bit of aggro in the match. There was an off-the-ball incident between Ryan Brook and Joe White in the first half, which saw the Marine defender floored. And Hayes has the ball down to take a free kick. Looks like he's just going to dink the ball into the box. Marine are playing a fairly high line here. Lots of space behind them. He just plays it short for Brown, and it's out wide for Lynch. Lynch fizzes a ball in towards the penalty area. I think it's met by Brook and caught by Doling, who just takes the sting out of the match by just keeping the ball in his hands before the long clearance. It could end up being a decent ball out for Haid, but it's cleared by Brown, out for a throw-in. Opening 5 minutes have gone in the second half now. Still just the one goal to tell you about. Dean Winnard's 28th minute strike in the first half. Here's Haid now on the left wing. Plays it back towards Winnard, who's under a little bit of pressure from Brook. And his pass forward is intercepted. But then a heavy touch lays it into the path of Mark Howarth. And he's short. Just tries to clear it down the line, looking for Gums. Can Winnard just watch it out of play? He can. A little bit of pushing and shoving between Eden Gums and the goal scorer Dean Winnard. The referee just blows his whistle and tells him over to pack it in. Long throw down the line from Dean Winnard, looking for Riley, but it's just met first by James Short, sorry. Good pressing from Kenji there to stop Brown from playing a long ball forward down the right wing. That's a throw in for the home side. A 1-2 results in a big switch from Brown, which can send Short on his way. He's got Gums ahead of him, but Ben Hughes uses his speed well to get back and recover, but it's a loose ball and it's picked up by Hayes. Out towards Short again, looking down the line for Brook. Headed clear by Winnard, but only as far as Hayes, and Winnard there again. And here's Lewis Doyle. He's taking it down well. He's just running backwards, needs some options. Eventually plays it back to Downs. He just gets past Kenji, keeps the ball with big number 5. Down the line for Lynch. Can he get down the wing? Good defending. I think it's from Kyle Haid. It is over on that far side. No, Alex Doyle, sorry. And Marine have a free kick, which just takes the pressure off the Marine back line. Dolan, once again, just sort of walking over to take this throw in. Plays the ball down the left wing. Kyle Haid is down there. Far too much on that, and it's gone out for a throw in. Brown throws it down the line for Brook. Howarth's there for company. Just into the, pushing into the back of Brooke. Oh no, I think Brooke might have been penalised for a handball there actually. So it's going to be a free kick for Marine on the halfway line. So Joe White has a chance to send the ball into the penalty area for Marine to attack. In towards the back post. Winnard the target. I think there's about 3 Marine players going for that one. Big challenge from James Barragan to stop Hayes from playing the ball out from the back. Much to the delight of the Marine fans behind the goal to my right. But James short. With the throw in down the line. Looking for Brooke, but Hughes wins it first. Barragan now. Just tries to nod it forward. Downs trusting his goalkeeper to come out and meet the ball. Under pressure from Neil Kenji. And now Lewis Doyle has it in midfield for the away for the home side. Down the line, looking for Joe Lynch, but it's part of play by White. And it looks like we're going to have our first change of the match. The number 7 for the home side, Eden Gums, looked very lively in the first half. Not quite had the same impact so far in the second, although we are only about 10 minutes into it. So it's a change. Confirmation of that substitution there for you. Eden Gums has left the field and to be replaced by number 14, Kane Dean. So Linnets get us back underway with a Brown throw-in. Plays a 1-2 Brown. Tries to get it back down the line. Joe White's gone down under very little pressure, which could be worrying. And he will receive treatment. I don't know whether he's just twisted something as he's turned there. Doesn't look good. I don't think there was anyone around him when he went down. He's down receiving treatment now. Doesn't look good for White. Looks in a little bit of pain. So I'll just remind you of some of the names on the Marine bench if it does come to a substitution. So on the bench today for Marine, it's Josh Solomon-Davis, James Devine, Ryan Wignall, Owen Watkinson and George Newell. So you would imagine, if needed, James Devine would come on. Dean Winnard would move over into the middle of the back three. And Mark Howarth would pick up a position on the left-hand side of the back three. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, and White's okay to continue. He's back to his feet now. Still doesn't look extremely comfortable. And as is protocol, he will have to leave the pitch before coming back on, as he's received treatment. Meanwhile, Aidan Dolan will get us back underway with a goal kick. Marine down to 10 temporarily. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper, very long ball, up towards Riley. Loose ball picked up by Irwin. Just lobs it over the head of Dean. Hughes under a little bit of pressure, plays it back to Dolan. Better clearance this time from the on-loan goalkeeper. Plays it forward, a little bit of a loose ball there, Irwin. And Kenji nods it back for Doyle to clear further forward. And Hughes, a good interception from Hughes. Can he just bring it forward? He's just about kept possession. Out wide for Irwin to cut inside. Plays it back for James Barragan. Good possession from Marine this. Curse of a commentator, he's tried a long ball and it's lost possession. Here's Lynch now. Plays it out wide for Dean, the substitute. Dean with a ball in towards the back post. Just need an attack in there from Marsh Hughes. He plays it inside for Lynch. Another ball outside for Hughes. That's a good save from the cross by Doling. Nervy moments from Marine there. Kane Dean already making a decent impact since coming on. And the ball has just taken a nick off of a Marine defender there. It's going to be a corner for the home side. I believe this is their first corner of the match. So a chance for the likes of Alex Downs, Sean Mahoney to get forward. Lewis Short, James Short, sorry, the only player staying back. And the corner's caught easily by Doling. He's very tall, this goalkeeper. He's got a significant advantage over Bailey Passant in that respect. Long ball forward, looking for Kenji. His distribution is quite impressive when the ball's out of his hands or from his goal kicks, but it's just when the balls have been rolled back to him. I don't know whether the pitch is just bobbling up, whether the ball's bobbling up on the pitch as he's got to clear him. He has sliced a few today, but that was a better ball forward from Doling. And here's Haid now with a throw-in. And an opportunity to drive the ball in towards the penalty spot. He's gone over the heads of every Marine defender, but it's eventually cleared behind by Joe Lynch. Marine have got a corner here. So another chance to get players in the box for James Barragan. It's a drilled one towards the penalty spot. Mark Alf meets it. Oh, it's cleared off the line. Oh, I think it was actually cleared by... Might have been cleared by Lewis Riley. He's going absolutely mad, Riley, but I think Riley... Well, I think Riley's actually sent that one wide from Howard's header on goal. It's going to be a goal kick for Scott Reed. Which he goes long for. Up towards Marsh Hughes. Lewis Riley picks the ball up in midfield, looks to flick it forward, but only as far as O'Mahony. And the ball's bouncing around in midfield. And I think the referee has given a free kick for handball. Looked to bounce up off the surface onto the arm of James Barragan. It was accidental, but his arm was in what you could call an unnatural position, so it's going to be a free kick for Runcorn Linnets. Which they take short. And here's Lynch. Plays it across to Hayes. And Hayes looks to just dink a ball in towards the back post. Can Riley clear? He can. It's a decent clearance as well. It's giving Kenji something to chase onto. But Short has just got in there ahead of Kenji. A ball down the line, which is eventually cleared and put out of play by a Linnets man. Joe White goes down under pressure from Brooke. Those two renewing their rivalry. But Haid, amongst all that, has got a throw in to take, which he takes down the line. Looking for Riley. It's a little bit short though. Can Owen pick it up in midfield? It's just bounced over him, but he'll keep battling. He'll keep pressing. He's short as the ball at the back, but Irwin's there with him. He's forced short back. And then down the line for Hughes to pick up. Hughes, a good turn from Hughes. And he's lost out there in the end. There's one back from Barragan. It's bounced up again onto the chest of Barragan. Here's Hughes. Doyle now can take it down the line. Oh, looks to get it into Irwin. But now Marsh Hughes can come away for the home side. Here's Lynch. Can he get it out for Dean? He can. Can Dean keep it in? Cross from the byline. Headed away by Haid. A needed defensive header from Haid there. And a throw in. Taken short from Linnets. Try and flick one down the line. But the flick on just runs behind for a goal kick. The referee just telling Dolan to get on with it a little bit here. Still got a long way in the match to go. It's a little bit early for time wasting, to be honest. 20 minutes into the second half. Still got another 25 to go, plus injury time. It's a long time to try and protect a 1-goal lead. Lewis Riley and Kenji both stood in what would be an offside position. Of course, you can't be offside from a goal kick, but the two make it back on. And here's Riley now with the ball at his feet down the left wing. Looks to dink a ball over the top for Haid to chase, but cleared by Downs. The ball rather bounces off Marsh Hughes. And now Joe Lynch can go and send the ball down the line for Dean. And I think the last touch came off a Mariner, so it's going to be a corner. Looks like it was Dean Winnard. So it's going to be a corner for Linnets. And another chance to get bodies in the box as they go in search of an equaliser. Ball whipped in towards the back post. Brook was the target. Semi-cleared, and now Irwin can further clear. Needed a clearance towards the right, but Kenji's done well to hold the ball up there. Oh, he's done really well there, Neil Kenji. And can he get down the line? He can get it to the byline, and Barragan's got it now. Can he whip a ball in towards Irwin? He tries to head it into the path of Riley, but it's cleared in the end. A great counter-attack from Marine there. A throw-in taken down the line for Riley. Here's Kenji. Great feet from Kenji into Riley. And the last touch looked like it just came off Riley, and it's a goal kick. And he's short. Looks to drill it into the feet of Dean. But Irwin down the line for Hughes. Decent turn from Hughes. And he's tripped by Short. And the referee awards a free kick. Barragan's over there to take on this right hand side, so it's going to be an in-swinger. Centre backs have gone forward, bar Joe White. So the two that linked up for the goal, Mark Howarth and Dean Winnard, are the targets. It's met by Marine header. I think it might have just been Carl Haid. And it's just wide. So goal kick for Runcorn. We've reached the halfway point of the second half. Still Marine lead by the goal. As we try to attack once again, but Carl Haid Kyle Hayde's clearance tried to be kept in by James Barragan, but it's just out for a throw. So here's the throw in from Ali Brown. Hayes makes an option, but then backs away. Into Lynch, back to Brown. Now here is Hayes in the centre of the park. Out wide for short. Looks to drill a ball in towards the back post. It's just missed by a couple and then cleared by Howarth. Out for a throw in on the halfway line for short. Looks like Runcorn Linnets are going to make their second change of the evening. It's going to be Lewis Doyle to be replaced. Big cheers from the home crowd there as Iwan Murray takes to the field. 13 goals in the league this season for Murray. So an attacking change as Linnets chase an equalizer. Short down the line. Here is Murray. Tries to get in behind Hughes, but Hughes does well and clears. Riley looks to flick it on towards Kenji. Here's Downs now. Downs looking down the line for Lynch. Lynch has picked it up. Down that right wing. Looks to get past Kyle Hayde, but Hayde is standing him up well. He's kept with him. He's got a ball into the box though, Lynch. It's over the heads of everyone. And Murray looks to pick it up again on the left wing. Crossed in and headed away. It's picked up again by Hayes in the middle of the pitch. Good switch over towards Downs just to keep position down the line. Here is Lynch. Lynch under pressure from Barragan. He wins it back. And now Kenji can counter-attack. It's a tackle from behind. And I think that could be a yellow card for Joe Lynch. Sliding in from behind as Kenji looked to counter-attack for Marine. Joe Lynch is the first name in the referee's book. But another chance to get bodies forward for Marine. In a half a few chances for the Mariners. These set pieces might be the best route to goal. It's Joe White. In towards the back post. Dean Winnard's there. Dean Winnard wins it. Oh, and Riley went in to try and win it, but it was cleared in the end by Linnets. And it's going to be a throw-in to be taken over on the far side by Kyle Hayde. Down the line into the body of Riley. Just plays it back towards Hayde. Hayde picks it up, whips the ball back in towards Irwin. He's not happy as he's clattered from behind, and then as Reed goes to claim the ball, Riley impedes the goalkeeper, so it's going to be a free kick inside the own penalty area of Runcorn Linnets. Long ball forward. Brooke flicks it on, but White clears. Up towards Irwin, but Irwin misses out to short. And Winnard can clear. Another throw in down the left wing for James Short. It's a long one in towards the box, cleared by Joe White. Hayes looks to win it in midfield, but he just heads it towards his own goal. Kenji gives chase, but it's cleared forward by Linnets. And Barragan with a acrobatic clearance forward. The ball's spending a lot of time in the air here. Just need to get it down, either side really. And the ball, a little bit of a battle between Lynch and Haid there. Haid eventually able to just watch it out for a throw-in. Looking down the line for Kenji with the throw. It's picked up by James Short, sorry. Into Murray, who wins the free kick after a foul by Irwin. Is Downs out wide for Brown. Back to Downs, plays it forward. Barragan's there to shield it. I don't think it's going to go out of play, so he has to try and rebound it back off Lynch. But it's picked up by Downs. A powerful run from the centre-back. And he wins a free kick. The Mariners are incensed. Dean Winnard's there, pleading his case to the referee. They're not happy, the Marine players. But they have conceded a free kick around 25 to 30 yards from goal. So a dangerous position for Linnets. That's going to be a yellow card. It looks like maybe Steve Irwin. Or will it be Riley? He seems to be pleading his case to the referee as well. I'm not quite sure what the referee's trying to get at. He's just telling the Linnets man where to place the ball. It looks like it's going to be Murray to take. It's quite a way out, this actually. Could be about 30 to 35 yards. Dolan just setting up his goal. Did concede a free kick a few games ago to Kendall Town. Murray just whips it in towards the back post. And it's only half cleared by Winnard, and it's out for a corner, which Murray will come across to take. So from the left wing, the right foot of Murray, can he whip a dangerous ball in for Linnets? In towards the near post, cleared initially to the edge of the box, cleared by Irwin. Barragan looks to get out towards Murray, headed away again, and here's Kenji with his back to goal. Support from Irwin now down the left wing. And it's a good tackle from James Short. And it's going to be a throw-in for Marine down the left wing. So a dangerous spell avoided for now. About 13 minutes to go, plus injury time. Still Marine lead by a single goal. Kyle Haid to take a long throw towards the penalty area, in towards Riley. He's just about won it, and Kenji looks to use his body to get away, but he's cleared by Linnets. Here's Joe White with a clearance down the inside left channel, but it's cleared. And now here's Lynch, recovers the ball for Linnets before playing it back to his fullback, Ali Brown, to clear, but the clearance is only cleared out of play. So another throw for Kyle Haid. Down the line, into the body, well, into the head of Lewis Riley. Takes the ball under his control well. Here's Haid. Looks to swing a ball towards the box, looking for Steve Irwin. He's made that run a few times today. Up into the air. It's Ben Hughes now. Shouts for a free kick from a couple of players. But Hayes wins the ball back well. And now Linnets can come away here if it Wise on the counter-attack. Here's Dean running at Winnard. He's got Brook for support. Into the penalty area. And he goes down. The referee waves play on. Sigh of relief for Marine there. I can't quite tell who it was from here. I think it was Lynch went down under the challenge. Appeals for a penalty, but nothing given. And that's a very late challenge there from Downs. Could be another one in the referee's book after a challenge on Kyle Hayde, as Kyle Hayde went to clear it. It's not a great challenge at all from Downs. And he does receive a yellow card. So another free kick for Marine. Once again to be taken by Joe White. Long ball forward. Up towards Irwin again. Irwin wins the header, but it's never troubling the defence there. And it's a goal kick for Scott Reed. So we enter the final 10 minutes. Marines still lead by the single goal. Dean Winnard in the first half as a result of a James Barragan corner. Ben Hughes under pressure from Murray there. Opts to just clear it down his line. Out for another goal kick. So we're back where we started. So here's Reed again with another long ball forward. In towards Doyle to clear. And the ball just bouncing around in midfield now. Steve Irwin clears. In towards Kenji. Good touch from Kenji. Hayes wins it back from Barragan. Ball just bouncing around on the halfway line. A little bit of strong challenge from Barragan, but I believe it's a fair one. And his clearance has just about got Kenji in behind. And the linesman's flags up. I'm not sure about that. The left back looked to be keeping him on. James Short, the ex-Mariner, he was much deeper than the rest of the back line. Looked to be unlucky from my Angel. But a free kick taken by the goalkeeper. And here is Short. Plays a long diagonal up towards Brook at the back post. And Barragan looks to get it cleared, but he's closed down rather quickly. That's going to be a throw-in for the Mariners. Pinned in their own half in the sort of left-back position. It's going to be White to take a throw-in down the line. Up towards Riley. Headed on, but Short has it once again at left-back. And here's Murray now with the ball at his feet. Tries to ping it out towards the right wing. I think it's Lynch over there. Just uses his body well to keep possession. Hayes out towards Murray. Out wide for Short. A ball into the box. Headed away, but only halfway by Hughes. Back into the box. Hayes with a little bit of time to have a shot now, but he plays it out wide instead for Lynch. Gets it back into the box. And the ball now with Downs looking to get a ball into the box. Ooh, fumbled by Dolan there. But he picks it up in the end and he goes back down A little bit of gamesmanship there from Dolan. Knows what he's doing. On a long ball forward, looking towards Kenji. O'Mahony lets the ball bounce, and Kenji could be in here. The ball looked to bounce over the goalkeeper. Tries to get his shot away at a tight angle. Plays it back into a dangerous area. Doyle! And how's he missed? Lewis Riley. He was in the right place at the right time to get his shot away, but it's an amazing save from Reed. And back up the other end, White has to clear under pressure from Brooks. It's very end-to-end this now. Here's Murray. Under pressure from Doyle. Murray tries his luck. Doyle gets it away for the Mariners. Hayes back out wide for Brown. Brown down the line. Looking for Lynch. He turns well. Can he get away from Hayde? He gets away from Hayde. Ball into the box. And the ball's missed by everyone. It's out for a throw-in. Nervy moments for both sides there. Marine could have wrapped it up there. And news of a first substitution for Marine. James Devine. Yeah, it looks like James Devine coming on. So a defensive sub. So as you might have heard there, Lewis Riley coming off. He's had a decent game up front for Marine, back in the side. Yeah, big shoes to fill today after now Cummings' hat-trick at the weekend. But he's done a decent shift, and as it stands, he's led his side to another win. James Devine looking to just shore things up in the midfield, another body in there. Kenji playing as a sort of lone striker now. Throw-in taken down the line by Winnard, but it's met by Short, and here's Lynch running at the Marine defence once again. Out wide is Brown. Can he keep it in? He does. Just. And under pressure from Hayde, who gets the last touch, and it's out. And Irwin's in there quickly to win a free kick. Good play from Steve Irwin. And Irwin will just eat up a few more seconds by staying down here. 4 minutes to go. Plus you'd expect maybe 3 or 4, maybe longer, of added time. For Linnets manager Callum McIntyre barking orders at his players over on the far side as they chase a late equaliser. Long ball forward up towards Irwin, but it's won well and picked up by Hayes in midfield. And here is Dean now on this near side, back to Short. Looking down the line for Marsh Hughes, picked up by Dean. Looks to get at Winnard again. Winnard just puts the ball into touch, out for a throw-in. So ball in from Short. It's cleared. And here's Irwin. Takes him 2 attempts, but he does get it clear. Up towards Kenji. But Downs just nods it on for O'Mahony. Now long ball forward from Short. And it's won by Brooks. And it's a bit of a howler from Dolan. He came out to win the ball in the air, but Brooke beat him to it. And he's headed the ball over Aidan Doling. And it's into the net. Linnets have a late equaliser here. In the 88th minute of the match. It's Runcorn, Linnets 1, Marine 1. Marine gets back underway, looking for Kenji. And now Marine go chasing a winner. Ben Hughes has been told a few times
just gonna say,
to step back with his throw-in. Ends up throwing it back for Winnard. Now Irwin on the edge of the box. Tries to flick it. Oh my word, it looked like a brilliant finish from Irwin. Sort of chested it up and flicked it up for himself and volleyed it goalwards. But it's just wide from my angle for a second there. I thought we had a very dramatic end to the game. And a long ball forward for Linnets. Linnets winning a lot more in midfield now. And confirmation of a sub there that happened during the celebrations. Ali Brown's gone off for Runcorn Linnets for Dape Oluwashi. So reinforcements in those wide areas for Runcorn. But a long throw from Haid to come as we approach the 90-minute mark. 4 minutes of added time. Kyle Haid with a long throw forward. And Linnets are given a free kick. And confirmation of another substitution that was made. Steve Irwin has left the pitch. Ryan Wignall has come on in his place. So a bit more energy in midfield now. Ben Hughes heads it on for Devine. And the ball just bouncing around 25 yards from the Marine box. And it's a bit of a coming together off the ball once again. Kenji goes down under a challenge from Short. But long ball forward from the goalkeeper now. Cleared by Hatworth. Here's Wignall. And the clearance looking for Kenji. Devine in there as well. Cleared forward by Downs. Now Oluwashi looks to get down the line. It's Lynch with a ball into the box. And it's headed goalwards. And it's a massive scramble in the penalty area. And here is Short now. The ball into the back post. Very nervy minutes there for Marine. There was a couple of efforts on goal. It looked like the number 11, Marsh Hughes, poked it forward. But it's cleared off the line, and now a corner for Linnets. Into stoppage time. So a late chance for a winner for Runcorn Linnets here. Ball whipped into a dangerous area. And home fans thought it crossed the line. But Dolin claims it at the second attempt. And a long ball forward from Dolin looking for Kenji down the left wing. But Reed has come a long way to try and watch it out. And he has eventually watched it out. Reed plays a quick goal kick out. Here comes Short with a long ball forward, looking down the line for Dean. Alex Doyle tries to clear it, clears it further this time. Ball picked up again by O'Mahony. Out wide for Downs. Downs going to get it forward, looking down the line for Oluwashi. And now it's just high ball over on that far side. Barragan tries to clear acrobatically, but he's missed the ball. Oluwashi tries to get a ball into the box. Deflected behind off of Kyle Haid. Squeaky bum time for the Mariners now. And it's going to be another late corner for Linnets. Can Marine just hang on it? There's a scramble in the 6-yard box around the goalkeeper. Few Marine defenders just trying to keep the Linnets defenders away from Aidan Dolan, trying to protect the goalkeeper. So ball's whipped in. It's another in-swinger. It's not beating the first man though. It's headed away. Out for a throw-in to be taken by Linnets. Ball down the line into Marsh Hughes. Good defending from Joe White to win a free kick. And I think it's going to be Kyle Hayde. Just plays it back to his goalkeeper, Dolan. As it stands, Marine are on track for their first league draw of the season. A long ball forward for Omar. Picked up by Omani. He's short, plays a long ball forward for Linnets. Headed forward by Dean. And Devine just looks to play it forward up towards Kenji. It's a decent touch from Kenji. He's on his own, Kenji. Can he just drill it back across goal with his right foot? Oh, the low cross is picked up well by the goalkeeper. And the referee's final whistle calls a stop to the game. The final score is Runcorn Linnets 1, Marine 1. Marine took the lead in the first half in the 28th minute after a corner from James Barragan was turned in by Dean Winard for his first Marine goal. It was a scrappy game, end to end at times. And you have to say, in the reflection of things, the grand scheme of things, sorry, a draw is probably a fair result. The goal coming late on for Runcorn Linnets when a long ball into the box was not claimed well by Aidan Dolan. He missed the ball, and the ball was headed over him by Ryan Brook to score his 23rd league goal of the season. So Marine miss out on a chance to close the gap to Workington at the top and end their run of consecutive wins. Thank you for joining me. The final score today, Runcorn Linnets 1, Marine 1. See you for the next away match.